Okay, let me double check, see if we're actually live. I haven't done StreamYard in a long time, so I'm gonna have to check all the platforms. I don't even know if it's actually launched yet on YouTube. Let's see. Let's do a little quick check. YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. Okay, gotta fix that. Fixed. Glad I checked. Let me look at the encoder software. Okay, good. We're live. Facebook, can you guys see me? I mean, YouTube, can you guys see me well? Everything's good. How's the sound? How's the audio? The video quality is probably not going to be as great because I'm on StreamYard. But I have a panel here today, and we're going to be talking about the Stockton serial killer. I'm going to briefly go over the timeline. Brief timeline, but there's some new videos that I got to show you guys. Things are getting kind of interesting. And then I also have a person, I got Civil with me, and I also have Jose, that he has been going out there and, like, I believe, like, helping out the homeless people, supplying them with tasers and, like, all kinds of supplies. So what we're gonna do first is the first thing we're gonna do is just briefly touch on the timeline. And if you guys could hit like, please, I'd appreciate it. Really helps out the stream and the algorithm and all that good stuff. Oh, and by the way, I did hear about Kylie. And I'm waiting to get my hands on the documents. I don't have those documents yet. Lindsay. I don't have those documents yet. I was talking to 10 to Life that said has somebody that's going to get it for her, and then she said she'd pass it on to me. So I want to wait till I get those documents before we talk about it. So for now, we're going to talk about this Stockton serial killer guy still on the loose. All right. Just real quick before we watch the videos, timeline of attacks and victims identified. April 10th, 2021, a 40-year-old Hispanic man was fatally shot at 4:18 a.m. in Oakland. The victim, identified as Juan Vasco Serrano, was shot multiple times, according to Alameda County Coroner's Bureau. April 16, 2021, this is the woman that, the black woman that was, I guess, I'm thinking the serial killer thought she was Hispanic or something. And we saw her video. That's Natasha. We saw her video where she spoke out to, I believe, 209 times. And she was shot, I believe it was 10 times. So I know, at least with these two killings, the people are shot multiple times. I don't know about these other people. July 8th, we have the 35-year-old male, Paul Yaw. August 11th, 43-year-old Hispanic man, Salvador Debude. August 30th, we have a 21-year-old Hispanic man, Jonathan Hernandez Rodriguez. September 21st, 52-year-old Hispanic man, Juan Cruz. September 27, 2022, Lawrence Lopez. And it says here, authorities said the 5 men in Stockton were ambushed and shot to death alone in the dark. Police later said the 2 additional cases last year had been tied to those killings. The other thing, I wish I could, let me see. Oh yeah, I could do that too. That works. These are some pictures that was posted by the Stockton Police Department. And Jose, by the way, he's been out there locally too. So when we're going to go through the videos and articles first, and when we're done with that, we're going to focus more on Jose, and we'll just all talk together because he's been actually out there in person. But you see, they've been going out here to the homeless, seems like, encampments, talking with people. These are pictures that I posted just a couple hours ago. I got serious, the big homeless encampment out there. And the first thing I wanted to start off with, see if I can adjust this here, is this video clip where the chief is actually talking with the news.
In Stockton, local businesses and residents have told us that they have really made some adjustments in their daily routines.
Yeah, and here to shed some light on this investigation is Stockton Police Chief Stanley McFadden. Thanks so much for your time this morning. Got a bit of a two-parter here. First, give us the very latest in this update. Have there been any more information on the suspect or any more victims that you've been able to identify? And also, you said previously that you believe the killer is mission-oriented. I want you to expand on that.
Absolutely. You know, it's been great as far as the community has really pulled together, to bring tips to us. We're getting hundreds of tips by the day. Our law enforcement partners have been incredible at not only the local level, but also the state and federal level. We've really pied this out to be able to overturn every stone in this. What we mean by the mission orient is, all these victims have had, items of value on them, whether it be a wallet, keys, identification, and no items have been taken. This person or people that are doing these killings seem to be very focused on the act of killing.
The term serial killer really kind of activates the imagination into lots of different ways. And the story has, because of that term, appeared in headlines around the world. What are the pros and cons from an investigation stance of that term now attached to this case?
Well, what we try to emphasize is that, there's been a series of killings. We don't know if it's one person or several people. We have no footage that is showing a crime being committed. After the first two incidences, that gun was not used for over, 400 days, that's quite some time. So, often, guns will pass hands. So we just really don't know how interconnected things really are. We know a gun's connected, but as far as having a solid connection as to a person or persons, we don't at this time. But it's concerning for everyone. I think everyone's on high alert. It's important that, they maintain those safety measures that we always speak to people on, where you don't want to be alone after dark. You want to be in a well-lit area. These are safety measures that we talk about all the time.
Now, as far as we know, the shootings took place in 2 different cities. Is it possible that there could be more cases in other cities or even across state lines? How many different agencies are you working with right now in order to make that determination?
We're working with our local partners, our state and federal partners, which have, extremely wide bandwidth, to connect with other cities and states and so on. As for right now, we don't have any other cases that have come to the surface. We're constantly, looking at our cases that still remain unsolved, as well as other unsolved cases in the area. But at this time, we have no other cases that are linked.
What is something that no one has asked you yet about this case that you think is important for people to know?
I think it's important that we remember that, there's families out there that have lost a loved one. In fact, today I'll be meeting with some of those survivors. They want this person or persons brought to justice, and that's our ultimate goal, is to not only get this person off the street, but to help bring closure to the families.
Aside from calling in tips, I know you're asking the public for its assistance in all of this, but what else can they do? I mean, we've talked to folks and businesses who said that they're adjusting just their daily way of life. So what can you tell people out there this morning? How can they help you in this investigation?
The best way they can help us is to stay alert, have their situational awareness on point. We need them to, if they see something, say something. We want to follow up on these leads. When you don't have much, everything is important and needs to be looked at. I'm a firm believer that, someone knows when a crime is about to be committed, and they know when it's being committed, and they know after the fact that a crime has been committed. So we need those folks to come forward and really help us solve these cases.
How confident do you feel that you'll find this person or people?
I'm very confident. My detectives have not gone home. They're very passionate about this. They're going to work endlessly, to bring this person to justice.
And just to clarify again, are there any new information regarding a person of interest, and are there any other victims so far that you've been able to identify?
No, I have not identified any other victims. It's been about 15 days from the last time this person has.
And I remember that one news article. I know Silver probably remembers or video. They said it was 12. I don't know where they got that from. It must have been, I guess, a mistake because the chief hasn't said anything about 12 people. So,
has hit. So we have resources out there around the clock that are in these areas that would be an opportunity for this person to commit a crime. You know, we allocated our resources to later shifts just to make sure we can be out there, be more visible.
All right, Chief, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Want to show this other thing too. The homeless people too. It says there are worse things out here. Some North Stockton homeless are not afraid of the potential serial killer. We ain't got time for that bullshit, is what they're saying.
Happening today, Stockton's new police chief, Stanley McFadden, is planning to tour the city's...
It's not bullshit, but I mean, some of them, I guess they're... I think I saw something that said that they believe the chances of them actually getting killed are so small that they're not really...
biggest homeless encampment. It's all an effort to raise awareness.
What he wants to do is give folks living there...
And that's what I'm thinking, too. I'm going to speak more on my thoughts later when we all talk, but like, as a little bit said, I doubt he will do it again. He's going to relocate. That's what I'm thinking, too. He's either going to change guns or maybe change cities. He knows the heat's on him. It's hot. They're onto him. Everybody's vigilant now.
A heads up that a suspected serial killer is roaming the streets. ABC 10's Devin Truby joins us live from the Stockton Police Headquarters. So, Devin, new concern that the serial killer could actually be targeting the unhoused?
You know, that is one theory that we have heard from advocates within the homeless community, but we're about 2.5 hours away from that tour with the police chief right now. Community members saying it's good that the chief is headed out into the community because they're very nervous right now. The potential serial killer's victims have all been shot alone and when it's dark. So for those experiencing homelessness, if they aren't in a shelter or even if they're in an encampment community, they're worried about safety.
Interesting, the timing. I mean, we've known about the serial killer and we've known that it's targeting the homeless community, and it's kind of been how long since we've had this information? That specific community doesn't have access to media like the rest of us do. So for it to be such a delay in actually getting out there, I mean, that's a bit concerning to me.
Advocates say that they hope the chief will spend some time with the North Stockton homeless community because that's the encampment location that's been closest to where these incidents have happened, and it's one of the larger communities.
Stockton, it's a bad area too, they're saying. You just keep moving on to the next thing so we can get to the guys.
McFadden says tonight cops are in homeless camps looking for leads in the...
They've been walking the homeless camps.
Stockton serial killings. Thanks for staying with us at 5:30. I'm Curtis Smith.
And I'm Elizabeth Kling.
Unhoused. You guys remember that they were going to do that Unhoused Island in Miami? Oh, we lost Jose.
CBS 13's Brady Halbleib joined Stockton's police chief at one of the city's homeless encampments.
Stockton's police chief says these check-ins are routine and common, and we met up with him today to find out how the homeless population here are helping out with the investigation, and also how they're making sure that everyone staying out here tonight are as safe as possible.
Nobody out here walks around at night alone.
Duke Cunningham is among those bedding down on the street tonight. He says people are on high alert.
Yeah, people are pretty worried about it.
They're here. Chief McFadden says his department is working hard to keep people informed about the threat and what to look out for.
You know, we're out here with flyers, we're having conversations how they can be safer. Everyone wants to be safe.
Chief McFadden says the homeless have been helpful in solving crimes in the past.
Good morning, homeless outreach.
And keeping that relationship strong is critical.
It's real important that we maintain that they recognize them as their own community that we need to support and we need to patrol as well.
Over the past few weeks, police have increased patrols near encampments and asking questions that may help with the investigation.
I do believe some more will come out of this to where we can start doing that profile building or see what the motive is.
Now, today's goal was strictly to offer support and resources to the people living out here, but as long as this serial killer is on the loose, they're going to be making routine check-ins to these encampments.
Jose said that he's in the mountains right now, so he lost connection, but I told him he has some time. Jose, we're going to be bringing him on in a minute. Hopefully when he gets connected back. He's been out there locally and like handing out supplies to the homeless people, and he was going to give us some information, what's going on out there, what it's like locally.
Stockton's new police chief toured one of the city's largest homeless camps today. The goal was to increase awareness about the possible serial killer in the city. ABC 10's Devin Truby was there with
MH, that was Florida. There might have been one in New York too, but there was one in Florida that was a realtor that was targeting homeless people.
Chief Stanley McFadden may be new to Stockton. His outreach to the homeless community is not. Coming from San Jose, and even his father experienced homelessness for a point in time. He finds the loss of life in the community concerning, but doesn't believe the unhoused are more at risk of being a target of the potential serial killer, and says everyone needs to be aware.
Press operation unit are working.
That's what I was saying too, Kiki. Maybe this guy could change his MO. He could change his MO, like just to throw people off and shit, you know?
All the way through the night now. And, they volunteered. These are the men and women in the department that volunteered to do this. This is how passionate they are about what we do here.
The chief also understanding the Latino community may have greater concerns because a majority of the victims have been Hispanic. They did a separate outreach at churches this weekend to address the community's concerns.
A lot of people want to speculate that the potential serial killer could be transit. That only explains the Oakland to Stockton. That explains the victims. What are your thoughts on that?
We don't know. We've talked about that. I mean, to be honest with you, we've talked about everything just because we just don't know. And when you don't have a clear motive, you just really have to throw everything on the table.
But many members of the unhoused community in North Stockton tell us they aren't afraid. Greg Raffietto, like many, is taking comfort in the security of having a dog.
There's worse things out here that are, the percentage chance of them happening is far greater than being offed by a serial killer.
One of those, in fact, his top worry is happening right now. Caltrans cleanup operations. Greg was given 3 days notice to pack up his entire life.
We need housing. We don't need to be scooped and made to move again and again.
Now we are.
All right. So we've almost gone through all the things. I wanted to take a look at this too before we start talking. Oh, and there's just okay. So there's two more things I want to show before we start kind of talking. And everybody, welcome to the stream. Thank you for stopping by. If you could hit like, please, I'd appreciate that. Helps out with the algorithm. YouTube, 737 people, 275 likes. We can get that up a little bit more. So let's do this here. So there was this whole duck walk serial killer, and just bear with me because I'm not used to StreamYard. Stockton serial killer, is he also the Chicago duck walk killer? Which people were comparing the video that was released by Stockton police versus this serial killer that was out in Chicago that I guess was never caught. Let's check this out.
The Stockton serial killer. We've just learned whoever is going around killing people could be connected to a similar killing spree in Chicago. Thanks for joining us here at 6. I'm Tony Lopez.
And I'm Elizabeth Kling. CBS 13's Laura Hafley has been working her sources and broke this online just moments ago. She is live now in Stockton with the very latest developments for us. Laura.
We have confirmed that the Stockton Police Department is working directly with the Chicago Police Department to determine if Stockton's serial killer killed first in Chicago.
Hold on.
Moments ago, she is live now in Stockton with the very latest developments for us. Laura.
We have confirmed that the Stockton Police Department is working directly with the Chicago Police Department to determine if Stockton's serial killer killed first in Chicago back in 2018. We're breaking this story with Brad Edwards, an investigative reporter with our team at CBS in Chicago. Now let's talk about how we got here. The Stockton Police Department has been asking neighbors to pay attention to the serial killer's gait in that surveillance video that we've showed you several times. The way the person walks, he has his hands in his pocket and his stride is uneven. Now, after that surveillance video was released, Brad Edwards called me and he told me about a story he covered back in 2018 of a man accused of killing 2 people in a Chicago neighborhood. That person was referred to as the Duck Walk Killer, and he disappeared. Now, I want to show you a side-by-side surveillance footage video. The first video is the Stockton serial killer. You've seen that video several times. The second is surveillance video from back in
Somebody said, who was that? Taxca said, oh, it's two guys with a bad hip. Shit, it could be.
2018 in Chicago. The similarities are striking. Both men dressed in head-to-toe black, and that gait, that walk is incredibly similar. Now, again, Stockton PD confirming to us that they are working directly with Chicago PD. Here's Brad Edwards to talk about what.
That's not a bad hit, bro.
What?
The way he walked, that's not a bad hit.
No. So what do you think it is?
It could be like turf toe. It could be like a fucked up ankle.
What's a turf toe?
Like when your fucking toe gets like retarded, like misplaced.
Oh yeah.
Like yeah.
Turf toe. Oh yeah.
Could be something like that. It could be like it could be that he had gangrene in his finger and they cut it off. He only got 4 fingers. You know, I don't know. It could be a lot of stuff, bro. But hip, I don't know. It could be he hurt or something. But
bro,
you don't walk like that with a bad hip. I know a girl that has a bad hip. She look like she's doing merengue on when she walking, dog. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's not her.
I wasn't giving this the Chicago one too much weight, but now that I see that they're actually in communication police departments, like holy shit. I mean,
because you know why? Because I guess the shoulders look the same, right?
Yeah.
And I came up with a name. I sent you the name that I thought, that I have connected to, like that is in Chicago, and that was in Stockton. But I don't know, like I don't know if that's the right name.
And the 2022 one. The Stockton video, his walk is more pronounced now. Maybe he got worse or some shit over the years, or no?
That what I'm saying. Okay, so here's my thing. Let's say let's say it's like an old school gang member, right? And he got shot. He never went to the hospital, nothing. So it's not healing right. So if you say if it's progressing wrong, let's say he got shot before and he never went to the thing, because if he got shot and he killed the person, they take the bullet out, they match the crime. So I guess he just never went to the hospital, I guess,
I think the way they're walking too has a big difference with the speeds they're going. One's chill walking, and the other one's he's in a rush.
See, but that's what I'm saying. Those two videos compared, it looked like he's going to the crime scene. It doesn't look like he already killed somebody. He looked like he's like, all right, I'm gonna walk, whatever I find. Because if you look at the other video that he's running, as he already did the crime. Now, do me a favor. Now, pull up the Tampa serial killer.
All right, let me finish this clip, and then I'm gonna pull it up in the meantime. Tampa serial killer. You want to pull up a video or just the article?
The video, everything, like the whole case.
All right, I'm gonna play this last thing while I search it up.
To talk about what tipped him off that these two men could be the same person.
This double murder that happened struck a chord in Chicago.
Okay.
No one's forgotten about it. And we have a lot of crime in Chicago. And over and over and over, we heard, pay attention to the gate, the walk. And it struck a chord this week when detectives in Chicago saw the video out of Northern California. And again, it was pay attention to the gate. My sources telling me high-level conversations are going on. There is an absolute open book sharing of information.
Coming up tonight at 10, we'll dig deeper into that surveillance video, and we'll talk about what could be next for investigators, and also how a development like this could affect not only the people of Chicago.
All right, so let me pull up I have a clip here. Tampa serial killer. Let me pull this up first.
And I got a mail down the middle of the street. It was the news Tampa residents had been fearing for weeks. Police here speculating that a possible serial killer may have struck again.
Fourth family now in mourning over a senseless and random killing.
It is shortly before 5 a.m. when police receive a call of shots fired in the Seminole Heights neighborhood. The shooter ran east. Officers arrive in seconds and find the body of 60-year-old.
All right, put time out. Pause real quick. Okay, now rewind the thing 15 seconds, and look what he says. The shooter runs. And that's what I'm saying. As soon as you shoot somebody, bro, I'm guessing you running, bro. You can't just be walking.
And random killing.
It is shortly before 5 a.m. when police receive a call of shots fired in the Seminole Heights neighborhood.
The shooter ran east.
Officers
That makes
arrive in
sense.
seconds and find the body of 60-year-old Ronald Felton shot dead.
So you're saying you think he was on these two videos? The killers are on their way. The other two videos.
So he's on his way, and also I think he has a good sense, right, of where there's cameras and all that shit over there in Stockton. I'm not from there, bro. I'm from Miami. Every corner you turn, there's a light. There's a camera. Everything. Every move, that shit tracking you all the way to your house. Literally.
There's a lot
You know
of
what
dark
I'm saying?
streets in Stockton. The majority of the crime scenes are not lit at all.
Oh, really?
And
Just
then
like dark areas.
during a certain time, I'm guessing after like 11, all the street lights and building lights, they shut off.
Did you want me to show the whole thing, Silvio, or
Yeah, show the clip of him, like that one that like of him like walking, and they actually have
the Tampa
a clip
one,
of him.
The Tampa?
Yeah.
Okay.
Score.
Police and the FBI are going door to door in Southeast
They have video of this guy walking too?
Yeah.
Oh,
Seminole
shit,
Heights, trying to track down the killer.
Witnesses telling officers they missed the suspect by just 5 seconds, describing him as a thin black man about 6 feet tall.
This has got to stop. And we will hunt this person down until we find them.
Police say the killing spree began on October 9th at 9 p.m. with the death of 22-year-old Benjamin Mitchell. Mitchell was shot while waiting alone at a bus stop. 4 days later,
She didn't have a chance to get married.
the body of 32-year-old Monica Hoffa is found in this empty lot down the street and around the corner from the scene where Mitchell was killed. Monica's uncle devastated.
She loved everything. Her interest was community and the deaf community. She loved everybody.
Their suffering felt throughout the community.
We don't want Monica to be forgotten, but we don't want everybody to forget there's 2 other families that's just as bad as us right now.
Oh, there it is.
Following Hoffa's death, a third murder, that of 20-year-old Anthony Naiboa.
It just sounded really close, and like 5 minutes after that,
They never caught this guy, Silvio, the Tampa guy either.
Yeah, they caught him.
Oh,
but
they caught
just watch the story how they catch him.
Okay.
Naiboa was a recent high school graduate who had autism.
Right there, yeah, go right there. You would do that.
What?
Like him showing him walking.
You want to just skip to it?
Yeah, skip through and show him like the footage of him walking.
Because this has to stop. It really does.
We are in the hunting mode. Police have been desperately searching for this person of interest. Here he is walking in the direction of one of the crime scenes, then running away from it. Police have also released this longer, enhanced video that they believe shows the same person strolling casually toward the crime scene earlier that night, flipping a cell phone in his hand. Police hoping someone recognizes what they believe could be a significant clue.
All right, so set it up. What I'm saying is right there. If Buddy, okay, what I'm saying is this: if you're new to the area and you don't know your way around, you're gonna need that pipe, that phone to walk around. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know that area. You're gonna need that phone to walk around. To use the GPS, use this, use that. Just like Buddy was doing. Buddy was he was driving the car. Like he used the car to park, and then he'll walk like a mile or two, and then he'll pick his victim. And then he'll run back to the car. So that's what I'm saying. Like there has, if he has nothing to do with that location, he has to be using his phone, bro, because you don't know the way around that shit.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Let me do this too real quick. Let's show. This is the other one I wanted to show before we get to Jose, so we can introduce him, and he can tell us a bit about what's going on out there. And everybody, again, thank you for coming through to the chat. Thanks for hanging out. This was kind of like a last-minute stream. If you could hit like, please, I'd appreciate it. It helps out the algorithm. And also, thank you, Hefa for the super chat. Says, you are worthy, heart. Thank you so much. And also the poll that we ran, 63% or 62% say they believe the Chicago and the Stockton walk match. I spelled Stockton wrong, but the Stockton walk match. 38% say no, it doesn't match. Let me share this story with you guys too, because Sylvia had actually sent me this, I think, and this was a guy that believes that he was targeted as well by the serial killer. Says, thank God it wasn't my time. I keep thinking it's just a separation. Oakland man says he may be victim of serial killer. haven't
And a
watched
man
this
in
yet.
Oakland is coming forward tonight saying he believes he was also targeted. Sadly, 6 people have been shot and killed in Stockton and 1 in Oakland. A woman was also shot, but she did survive. Keep in mind, this man's case has not been officially connected to the investigation. ABC 10's Kurt Rivera has the update.
These photos show one Oakland man's car riddled with bullets. Miraculously, he wasn't hit and survived the shooting.
I guess, thank God, I guess it wasn't my time.
It was a Wednesday night, March 30th, around 8 p.m.
Yeah,
The
you know
man
what?
who wanted his identity.
Said Brian Laundrie had a duck walk too, and he had a little funny way about the way he walked. So I mean, you can't. I don't know. I guess it's not enough. I mean, I guess it's good that they're looking into it, but yeah, Brian Laundrie was walking funny too. His weird ass.
He concealed says he had pulled up to a friend's house in Oakland to have dinner. He had just got off the phone to let his friend know he had arrived.
When I looked up, I saw someone standing in front of me with a ski mask on and gloves, and they started to raise a gun. And as soon as they started to raise a gun, I was pretty much parked, but my car turned all the way off. I had to duck. And when I ducked, the first bullet went through my headrest.
He immediately put his car in reverse and crashed into a parked car on a wall. He believes 12 to 15 shots were fired at him before he was able to escape.
I eventually made my way out of the passenger side and jumped through some fences and hid in a laundromat.
He believes the shooter may be the person of interest shown in this short video clip supplied by Stockton police. The department says it has received, quote, a ton of tips, but no one else has come forward claiming to be a shooting victim. The man shot in Oakland says he has no enemies and can't understand why he was shot at.
This doesn't make sense. It's like somebody with gloves and a ski mask is shooting at a random person that they don't know. I don't know them. They don't know me.
My goodness, just unreal. Now, the victim says he was told by Oakland police a gun was recovered. Stockton police say they do want to talk to the man. And keep in mind, there is a $125,000 reward for information leading to the arrest of the serial killer. Call the police tip line at 209-937-8167 if you can help. Is Stockton.
All right. Let me play this video one more time.
Surveillance footage.
And so I think what we can do now is we can introduce Jose. Let me just show them this. I mean, I don't know, man. People are talking about it, though. Stockton serial killer, Chicago serial killer. All right, so let's bring in Jose. Oh, let me see what I'm doing here. What the hell am I doing? There we go. Jose, what's up, man? Welcome. How you doing?
How's it going, man? Pretty good. Yourself?
Good. Tell us what's been going on. First of all, where are you from? And I know you don't live in Stockton, right? But you've been going to Stockton.
Right. So I'm originally from Ontario, California, but I moved to Southern Oregon in fourth grades and pretty much lived there my whole life. So, yeah, about 6 hours away from Stockton.
Okay. And when did you start? Have you ever been there before this situation, or is your first time now with the serial killer thing?
No, I haven't, but definitely hear about Stockton a lot. Nate Diaz, you know who that is, right?
Yeah, the MMA fight.
Who's that?
MMA fight.
They got knocked out, right? Or no? Is that they got? Who's Nate?
No,
Diaz?
he won his last fight.
Nah, Nathan.
Oh no! I was thinking about that.
crazy.
I was thinking about the other guy that got knocked out by Logan Paul. What's his name? Nate or something like that. Didn't some guy get knocked out on one of these things?
You're talking about
Robinson.
Nate Robinson.
Nate Robinson. My bad. Yeah, that guy got knocked out. Okay, so yeah, what's been going on, man? How many times have you been? Are you out there in Stockton now?
I'm headed back from Stockton actually right now. We handed out the rest of our supplies, so there's no other reason to be down there right now.
Okay, what kind of supplies have you been handing out? Is it like here, like pepper sprays and stuff? How many?
Pepper spray, flashlight, tasers, and food for the homeless.
Okay, nice.
There's
What's the
definitely a
environment?
lot of people that don't recommend handing out pepper spray to the homeless because of their mental illness. The cops keep telling me, but there's no one else out there to protect them, so I try to give them something to protect themselves.
Okay. So what's been have you obviously I guess you've spoken with the homeless people out there, like what are they telling you? Are people concerned out there, like what's going on?
They don't seem too bothered about it. I think it's because their resources are limited. It's like, what else are they gonna do? Move? You know what I mean? And they just can't do nothing about it. So they're not gonna let it stress themselves out. Pretty much.
Right.
Hey, Jose, let me ask you something, man. Like, bro, because I look at the map, right? Let me show you. You guys see the map?
Let me bring you up on a bigger screen. Let me see. Hold on. What the hell am I doing? There we go. Yeah, we see it.
Yeah.
What is it?
Okay, that's the map, right? That's the Stockton map.
All the
right?
crime scenes?
No. It's just the map of Stockton.
Okay, right.
I'm curious, right? About this river right here called San Joaquin River. That river connects to a lot of cities.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know why it's not sliding, but that city connects to a lot of cities. It connects to a lot of marinas. Connects to a lot of like what they call national parks. It looks like, and I don't know. What I'm saying is, what about if this guy's really smart and like using like a canoe or some shit? Like a little boat, and so he won't be seen walking in the streets.
Right.
I'll pull it up for you.
You don't think that's too much work?
You're talking
for
about
him?
the San
He'll put
Joaquin?
in that kind of work.
Shit, boy, you a serial killer. You put any work, man. You know.
Right. Yeah.
Jose, what has the police presence been like out there?
Man, the whole time I've been down there, so I've been down there for 2 days, and I've only seen like one cop the whole time. And then on the weekend, when I visited all of the crime scenes around 2 a.m., 3 a.m., so I've streamed it to 10 p.m. not 10 p.m., 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. to 3 o'clock a.m. And then, so some of the crime scenes, there are police patrols, but a lot of the locations are left empty, pretty much unsecured.
Really?
Yeah, and then when I do call and try to give tips, they're suspicious of the phone call because
you're a suspect.
a lot of them, they just think they're in it for the reward, so they'll be calling up anybody. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and then when I did tell them, because like the first crime scene,
You're breaking up.
Police department, there was a.
Can you repeat that? Because the connection cut.
So
wait, can you repeat that again?
Right. Okay. Yeah. So one of the crime scenes will happen right by the police department, and there was a suspicious character with his hand in a brown plastic bag, like he was holding a gun in it, maybe. So and he's around 6 foot, slim, African American, so and with a beanie, so like rolled up, so it could easily be a face mask. A ski mask. And then I gave him that tip, and then I drove around the block more than 8 times and still didn't see no patrol cars, no nothing. So I don't know if they took it seriously or they just didn't get there on time.
How many days? How long you been out there? How many days were you out there?
Okay, so I got there Friday night and stayed there till Sunday night. And then I got home Sunday night. And then again, I came here Wednesday night. And then what's today? And then today's Thursday night.
Okay.
So I handed out the supplies all day today from 9 a.m. All the way until we took off, which was around 6 p.m.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate you doing that service, man. Have they all been receptive to it, or has anybody been kind of like, I don't know, nasty about it?
A lot of the homeless people definitely appreciate the things that I handed out to them. They say thank you, they're respectful, and a lot of people there are respectful. They just got tough lives.
Okay.
And that's all I got to say about that. But the police presence can definitely be more.
Hey, Jose, let me ask you something. You know,
Yeah.
in that port where I was talking, in that river and all those marinas, by any chance, is there like, for example, Mel, show them that video that where me and you went, and there's like abandoned boats and all that shit in the ocean. Remember? We were looking for this girl, Naomi.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
not to
Like what I'm
mention,
saying is, do you have abandoned boats like in the water? Like people just leave their boats there?
where I live.
No, over there, like by the marina, like what I
Oh,
was
right,
telling
right.
you.
No, I definitely drove by there. A lot of them were just like fancier boats and like more expensive quality boats. You know, I didn't really see any. I don't know if I was hitting the right locations, but I definitely didn't see any abandoned boats. The rivers are pretty kept, well maintained. From what I saw, there's definitely areas where they have their bad parts.
You know what I also saw that Stockton has like a college for people that like are like handicapped, like they have like machines for them to walk normal and well, what I'm saying, you don't think maybe he went over there to get like that training or to fix his leg or whatever it is, whatever problem he has with his little limp?
Definitely possible. I think another thing, a good thing to mention is all of these crime scenes are less than 18 minutes away from each other. And I can tell you from experience, it doesn't take long to visit all these sites within an hour. Driving, of course.
Any thoughts on this Oakland situation? Like the one person that was shot and killed in Oakland, and he just
They definitely resemble each other. Same height, slim built. Definitely a limp. And if you watch one of the news anchors, they slow it down and they show you what kind of shoes he's wearing. It's more like kind of like boots. And they come to a point, and you can see that in the Chicago when he's in the alleyway, and you can see it in the recent one where he's walking by those buildings.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Other than that, that's all the information I could relay.
Okay. Yeah, man. Just be careful. Well, I guess you're going home now, so you're going back to your actual home, right? You're leaving.
Yeah, just to get some more supplies and chill out for a little bit. You know, I got animals that need taken care of.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the chances that this guy could be like a regular, like a banker or something, or you think he's another homeless person?
To me, I think his resources are limited, and I think he could be possibly fit in with the homeless. But if he does have money to back his situation, I think he is moving, like the news said, moving in transit buses. And, you know, those tickets aren't that much. To get a bus pass ain't that much. To get a Greyhound bus ain't that much. So he could have traveled from Chicago to Stockton using Greyhound, in my opinion. I travel Greyhound a lot just because I like the bus. And yeah, Greyhound tickets are very cheap for some.
Yeah, man. All right. Well, yeah, just wanted to give that little update. I mean, the other thing too, real quick. So have there been? Because I think you told me there've been people that have been shot out there, right? I mean, I guess they haven't linked it to the serial killer, but there's been a couple of shootings or something like that. Did you say something about that?
Can you repeat that?
I thought I heard that there were some shootings in that area, but I guess it's not tied to the serial killer recently.
Right. I might have heard something about that, but I haven't heard anything recent. Everything's, all the news and stuff is so focused on the serial killer. I barely hear anything about other crime going on there.
Are you okay?
Hey, Mel.
Yes.
What type of gun is this guy using? Is it saying?
They haven't said, no.
They should have the bullet rounds and cartridges, so it don't make sense why they wouldn't relay that information. Which is concerning.
Look, from what I heard, if you use a revolver, yeah, you can get the bullets then, but you can never match the bullets.
Yeah, but the revolver, it's hard to reload, and to shoot 16 rounds or 15 rounds to 9 rounds is going to take some time. And if it's a 9mm and a double stack, you can hold well over 15.
Okay, so let's say he goes to the shooting range to practice.
Well, from what we saw, his aim is not great.
I thought he's shooting people by one shot.
The lady that survived close.
Losing you on the connection. Wait, he might have dropped. Or he's just cutting out.
The shooting range, he would be able to have the. Yeah, I'm losing service. We're driving through the mountains right now.
Hey, Sylvia is saying, do you have a cash app? KJ Dickerson said you want to send you a cash app. You're hilarious.
No, I don't got none of that shit.
You got nothing, man.
Cash,
Sorry.
Baba, cash. Sorry, man.
Yeah,
Cash.
you gotta. Yeah, you gotta.
I'm
send
old
him
school,
cash.
dog. You don't know who you're sending it to, and I don't know who I'm receiving. Cash. That's it.
All right, man. If you have any more questions, you have my number. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, man. Thanks for coming on, bro.
Hey, Jose, by any
No
chance
doubt.
you haven't talked
Appreciate
to when you talk to the homeless people, they haven't told you anything like oh, you know, we've been like training for him, we trying to set traps or anything like that?
No, to be honest, they're less informed than the public right now.
Oh shit.
Yeah. To the in my opinion, for them, they try not to think about that kind of stuff because that kind of stuff could really put a strain on your mental health.
All right, man. Thanks, Jose,
Especially
for coming on,
if you
dude.
have no resources. Yeah,
Appreciate
man.
it,
Thank you for having me. You guys have a
All
good
right.
night and be safe.
You too, Jose, man. Take care of
Peace.
yourself, bro.
Definitely. You guys as well.
All right. Okay, man. Well, I guess we could wrap it up. This is just kind of like a mini little update. Jose, somebody that was out there locally, Silvio reached out to him. He's been like just handing out supplies and stuff, and so I figured we'd just bring him on and see what exactly he's like been doing out there. Maybe if he got any information. I mean, it doesn't seem like too much though, but it's pretty nice what he's doing. I guess he traveled 6 hours to go hand out supplies and food and stuff to the homeless people, and I guess he's going back too. Yeah, Silvio's the Miami guy. Stockton.
Yeah, I heard Stockton is rough, bro. It's ghetto, though.
Mm-hmm. Tamara, who's Tamara? Can Tamara call in? Tamara lives in the area. Hold on. There's somebody that lives in the area that wants to come on.
All right, bring her in.
Let me put the link in. Tamara. Oh, Tamara, do you want to do StreamYard? I'll send you the link. I think you can do it on your phone too. You just press the link and you can come in.
The only way you know is they have like a Stockton number.
Call in. Yeah, just click the link. Since we're already on panel, I guess you could just click the link and
You should put in the panel, right? If they think it's a serial killer one, or they think it's like two of them, and the one, like if somebody's helping them out or something.
You mean like a poll?
Yeah, like a poll.
Not everyone in Stockton. I used to live off 8 Mile area.
Yeah, it could be a dirty ass cop. You never know, man.
All right, let's bring her in.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How you doing? Welcome. Thank you for coming on.
I hope I'm not on video. I don't want to be on video.
Oh, you don't want to be on video? You're on video. Oh, hold on.
I am.
Hold on a second. Okay, let me see. How can I? Do you know how to turn off your camera?
You got to turn it off. You got to turn it off.
Yeah, you got to turn off your camera.
I don't know how to do that.
I'll keep you in the background then. I guess we'll all have to be in the background. I don't know. But go ahead and talk. How you doing?
Am I in the background?
Yeah, nobody can see you.
Okay. So I was just listening to this gentleman that was on, and I know that he from here. I'm echoing. I cannot hear.
Because you're watching the thing live. And you sound like echo.
Hold on one second. Let me see. Try talking again. Do you hear echoing?
Okay. No. Yeah, I do hear echoing.
Okay, it must be. It's got to be on your end. Oh, let me try something else. Okay, try again.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, now you're
Great. Perfect.
Good.
Okay.
Good. All right.
I know I wasn't being disrespectful, but I mean, you really need to talk to people that are here. I do not believe the guy in the video. Oh my God, it's echoing.
Yeah,
No, you good. We don't hear you echo. You straight.
Okay, well, I'm echoing. I can hear it. Anyway, I don't believe that guy with the supposed walk that everyone seems to think is not normal. I don't think that's him. They don't have any proof at all. But let's get back to the shootings here in Stockton.
Sure.
Every night, 2 to 3 people die. Okay, every night from gun violence. So, yes, do we have a serial killer? I don't know why they're labeling it as that, because we have killings every single night.
I think they're labeling it because they're finding the same bullet is already killed 7 people.
But they have no proof that guy in that video is anything to do with it. I mean, you guys tell me.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this: if I'm a cop, I'm not gonna tell you jack shit. No, no disrespect, but who, I'm not gonna tell you nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you what you want to hear, or what you're gonna be like speculating and be like, hey, like what we're doing now. I'm a cop. I'm not gonna tell you jack nothing,
But
because
Tamara,
anybody be a suspect.
Are you talking about the video that the Stockton police put out?
Yes, like they're
what you're saying.
They're zoning in on the gentleman that walks funny, and you can only see his back.
Right.
Okay. In Oakland has nothing to do with whoever the serial killer is. I'm going to tell you right now.
Tamara, let me ask you something. What race did he kill the guy in Chicago? What he killed 2 people, but what race were they? Do you know?
Who killed him in Chicago?
No, Chicago. It was white people. The MO doesn't matter. It's not the same MO of killing.
That's not got anything to do with this. They're trying to bring Oakland into it, which is really neither here nor there, because you don't have to go to Oakland to kill people. We have a lot of homeless people here. We have a lot of people that are out at after dark in dark areas. Yes, do I think that the same person is killing these people that had been killed here in Stockton? Yeah, I do. I do think that, because it's an opportunist and he goes where it's dark.
But you know what too, Tamara? I was hearing the cop saying that he said that one, he said something that's not gang related, but at the same time he said that they know for sure that the gun is not being passed around. Let's say I shoot 2 and I go, here, Mel, shoot 3 more, and they pass me the gun. I should pass it to you. You shoot 2. They know for a fact it's not being handed. So I'm guessing every crime scene is probably the same person around there, and that's why they're only showing you one footage. I'm pretty sure they have more footage. They're just not going to show you.
And okay, there's just too much to this for it. I mean, look at the video. How can you actually? I got to get back to this video. How can you sit there and say, "Here's the serial killer that we're looking for"? No face. He's walking. He's not running. It's like.
So you know what? So when the police
hold
on, Civil, hold on a second. I'm talking. The police had said that this guy, they don't know if he's just a witness or a killer. So
that's what I'm saying.
This was
or just a person, and because you don't have a face, and they would show the face if they had it, but they do not. Okay.
The other thing to the Oakland killing, they matched that with I thought ballistics.
They matched what?
The Oakland man that was shot.
Unless he lives there and then he comes here, because we have a lot of people that do come here from Oakland.
Let me ask you something.
The gang members do come here.
Do you have I think it's called like shot spotter fires or something like that? Like when people shoot a gun in the air, it notifies the cop like exactly where is that?
I have no idea.
Okay, here in Miami, if you shoot a gun like in the Everglades, they'll pinpoint exactly where in the Everglades at, and they'll send cops over there because they know you're shooting. I think it's called like spot shot or something like that.
Oh, I did a video on that. The spot shotter thing.
But that's just legit. They get you the same location.
That's cool.
They don't. Yeah, because over there.
I saw that. Yeah, you did do a video on that.
Oh, you've been watching then. Not many people
have
seen that video.
I watch all the time. But you guys, honestly, don't ever come here. This is not a place to be. If you pass through, just keep passing.
Really?
We have 2 to 3 people dying, and most of them are between the ages of 12 and 29. Okay, that's the truth.
Yeah, you got to be on point. You got to be on point.
Because we have gangs here, and
Yeah.
we don't have enough. I mean, the gangs have overtaken the cops. We don't have enough.
Oh, see, that's because I always have a saying, because the cops are
very
dirty.
dangerous.
The cops are dirty too. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying that cops have quit Stockton, the police department, because of what the violence we have. We had horses come in here. You know, the horses, it's called mountain, or how was it? I forgot what it's called, but we had them come out and they were getting like targeted. And I can't even imagine why we had them come out here to help the police force. But what we need here is an army. That's what we need. I hate this place, and I feel sorry for the kids that are growing up here and the homeless people. I feel incredibly helpless, but I do feed them, but you can only do so much.
So, and you're saying that there's killings every day happening.
Every day. No
Yeah,
joke.
it's probably like a dope spot over there, you know. Probably so
It's
dope
worse
a lot
than
of
LA,
money.
and LA is bigger.
Wow.
And yeah, it's really bad, you guys. And that's why I'm trying to say, everybody's getting this image of this guy that we're looking for, right? Okay, if we see a guy that walks like that, that's a killer. But you have to be sensible about this. Okay. Is there any other picture of him somewhere else other than down that hall?
See, what I think is, first we have to find a motive why he's killing these people. Like for example, the girl survived. You know, we have to find a motive. What is the reason why he didn't finish her?
Because
he could have finished her.
he didn't finish her because she was she was an African American lady who was homeless, and there was a lot of people at her camp. Okay. And something happened to where it interrupted. That is why.
So that's what I'm saying. So if he noticed that it was a woman and he was like, "Oh shit, my bad, I shot a woman. I'm not gonna keep shooting." Then you don't think that you don't think that's maybe some type of sexual desire towards men, that you don't like women, but you like hurting men. You like being the alpha.
I think it's an opportunist. I don't think it matters if it's a man or a woman. I don't think it matters color, to be quite frank with you. It just so happens the areas that the people were killed are in bad areas where there's a lot of Hispanics and African American people. Okay. He's an opportunist, and you don't have to have a motive when you're a killer.
So you just kill for fun then?
Kill for fun.
Yeah, you said you just saying that you don't have a motive, so
it doesn't have to be kill for fun. It could be kill for. I mean, that's like his work. That's what he does. He probably does. If this is not his first rodeo, I'm sure.
No, I don't think so.
You don't. I don't think you have to have a motive. Killers don't always have to have a motive.
Let's look it up. Maybe I can see it.
Okay.
My opinion, I think in life everything is a motive. If I want something, I'm motivated to get the shit. You know what I'm saying?
You're not a killer either.
Man, what I'm saying is, I'm saying life. You know what I'm saying? To him, that's life. You know what I'm saying? My life is to provide for my family, for my children. That's my life. For him, that's probably his life.
Let's ask everybody in the chat what they think. Do they think that do a one?
I don't listen to
everybody...
people in the chat, to be honest with you, because some people just clown and just talk shit. Like I just think it's people that really want to come on the panel and talk, like like you want to discuss, and nobody's arguing. Everybody just speaking their mind.
Sure.
I don't listen to that chat thing, because that chat thing would drive you insane.
I know, but I'm interested.
Just be yourself. That's it. Just be yourself, and
but I'm interested in knowing.
Come inside.
All right. Hey, take it easy now, guys. So
we need to get the chat involved in this, and let's do a one if they think that killers have to have a motive. What do you think, Mo?
I mean, I don't know. I think that, one, I've always said that it's interesting that we have this one killing here. in this first killing that we know of in Oakland.
Uh-huh.
And then right after, this woman 6 days later in Stockton.
But Stockton, remember, 3 a day, so it's not uncommon.
Right. But the killings that are linked though. And then after
They're
that,
not-
there's this huge time period. July 8th, 2022. What happened in all this time that this person didn't kill that we know of?
And they're not even able to tie in the bullets, right?
Right.
They're not saying it's the same bullets that
They're saying it's a match. That's how they matched it. I believe it was ballistics. Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you, if you have one pick, what do you think it is? Like, you think it's a normal person that just like has devious towards people? Like, what is your guess?
I really don't know.
No, I'm talking
I think. Oh, they told the lady. Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's one person. I don't think it's multiple people. I think it's one person, and I think
he's a drifter.
Like, what do you mean a drifter? Like he goes to places?
I believe that he's probably a homeless person.
Okay.
And I believe that my own opinion, I think that he just lurks on the dark, and he's an opportunist. Again, opportunist, take the opportunity. That's
Okay. Let me
is.
ask you something. So when you mean drift, right? Because let's look at the big picture, right? We got to look outside the box. When you mean drift, do you mean like he's drifting to like homeless camps, to another one, to another one, to another one? Like, that's what you mean by?
No, because not all of the people that he's killing were homeless.
Okay, no, because what I'm saying, if he's doing that, then he has some type of social skill, because if he's going to camp and fitting in.
Drifter meaning that he probably does go to different areas. He probably goes to Modesto and kills too. Okay, if he's a serial killer. But I don't believe the guy in the video, and I'll still say that. I don't believe it's him. I just don't. I think that it's...
They talking about the Stockton video that police released. You don't think it's him?
Yeah, because there's only one video, and it's the back of him.
You know, in the presser, they had said... I mean, I don't know if they're just BSing or not, but supposedly he had said that they have more video.
They have more video, you said?
Yeah, that's what I heard in one of the pressers. I don't know if it's...
They have to, because look, you know what I'm saying? Why? Because let's say they don't have it in the street, and let's say they have it in your house tomorrow, and he passes by. That's your footage, and you put it in. Obviously, you can't leak it. They told you can't leak it, but that's already a footage that you have from your personal house. I think what that catched them a lot was a lot of ring videos, because that's what catches people, just people's house. You know, like if you have a camera and there's a crime happening, you catched it. You know, that's what I think. That's what they have. They don't have no actual footage from like the city or anything like that. You know, but
I think that well, let me just say this. Regardless, you guys, I think that we're in a time of life where we're not very secure anywhere. We're not safe anywhere. Wherever you may be, it may feel like it because you never had anything happen to you, but really, it's a matter of time for something to happen to all of us. You can be safe. You can try to be as safe as possible, but we've got some people are mentally deranged.
Hey, listen, when it's time for you to go, man. You know, you can't stop that. You know, it is
well,
what it is.
you could take precaution, and women
No,
especially.
you got to be on point. I agree. You got to be on point. You can't just live life to the fullest and be an idiot. No, you got to be on point. No,
all right, man. Well, yo, thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you so much.
It. Yeah, thank you so much.
Have a good night.
All right, take care.
Bye.
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 Good night. Adios.
All right, Mel. Take care, bro.
All right, bro. Peace. All right, thank you guys again. Appreciate it. Let me see how to get myself back on the screen. I don't even know what happened there. I was like, what? But no, I really appreciate Tamara coming on and giving some of her insight, local. I don't want to play the whole presser again, but I thought we could listen to it. Some of the things, let me see. What did I do with that link? Oh, it's right here. I'm looking at it. All these killings, from what I've heard, and we can listen to the presser again if we have to. All these. So it's 6 official killings. It's 7 victims, 6 official killings. The one survivor is the lady in Stockton, which we saw Natasha. They were linked by ballistics. And then also when I listened to the press conference, because a lot of times I miss things during these pressers, Chief McFadden had said that supposedly there's other videos. I think it was asked in the Q&A. Why they haven't released that, I don't know. And I had heard that they said that they saw this particular person that's on camera at multiple locations. And so I think that's how they came to. Maybe we should listen to the presser again. But it's like 20-minute song. We could listen to it again. Let's see. Oh, shoot. What happened? Oh. So yeah, let's listen to this. LAPD tracking a man with a gun on a horse. Bruh. If they get choppers out there, we're gonna check it out. Oh, it's muted. Damn. Thank you guys.
Message. That's the big question that we keep being asked. By definition, these shootings are a series of killings, and so we do believe we could have potential serial killer. That's how we're going to treat it as such. At this time, we don't know if it's a person or persons. As I said before, we have absolutely no evidence that connects a person or persons to any of these incidences. But we are still receiving tips, and we still will continue to review those tips, and hopefully more information will come forward. We have some video footage that we're going to show you here today. It's going to be a very short video. And when you all see the video, I want you to pay close attention to the uneven stride that this person has.
Again, a horse chase.
This person is a person of interest. Again, we have no evidence that connects this person as committing any of these crimes, but it's a person that we are interested in talking to. Also with that, we also want you to notice just how upright this person's posture is. You know, I like to think we all have a normal gait and walk about us when we walk around, but this person's posture is extremely upright and it's noticeable. That's something else that you'll be able to notice on a video once we show that. With that, as far as interconnecting these cases, we've done that through ballistics, and once you start working with ballistics, the process gets very slow. It takes a long time to confirm the information, and it takes a long time to get those official reports. But we do have ballistic evidence that are linked in our cases, and accompanied with some video footage as well. We have 7 cases linked, and I'm just going to give some quick stats on these cases. We find that the average age of the victim is 42. We find that the sex of the victims are mostly male.
Okay.
We also find that the races are mostly Hispanic as well. I'm going to talk about the days between these incidences that we believe may have a connection. Between the incident 1 and 2, there are 6 days. In between incident 2 and 3, there's 448 days, which is quite some time.
So a long period of time in between. That's what we talked about.
From when the incident 2 happened as compared to when incident 3 had occurred.
Why the long break? Was this person locked up for that amount of time? Did they get locked up? Did something happen in their life? Did they have a medical thing going on, or I don't know.
Between incident 3 and 4, it was 34 days. Between incidents 4 and 5, it was 19 days. Between incidents 5 and 6, it was 22 days. And between incidents 6 and 7, it was 6 days. Of these 7, one of them occurred outside the city. It occurred in Oakland, and we've been partnering with Oakland Police Department to have tabletop discussions as far as what information we have. Another development we've had is we had the opportunity to interview our only surviving victim. The circumstances regarding this victim took place last year. This was a Black female adult. She was in her tent when she heard someone walking around her campsite. When she came out of her tent, she encountered someone holding a gun at her. There's multiple shots at her as she tried to defend herself by advancing at the suspect. At that time, the suspect lowered his or her shooting platform. And she provided us a description of what she believed that person was at the time of the incident. She described that person between 5'10" and 6 foot, wearing all dark clothing, wearing a dark COVID style mask that was concealing his face, and wearing a dark jacket as well. Like she said, there's no word mentioned at all. As you heard, the reward amount keeps increasing. And I'm not surprised. I've met some incredible people in this community that are passionate about this community. I think when trauma occurs, that's when we're stronger in this community, and it shows that. I anticipate the reward to continue to increase. I think it's in excess of $100,000 right now. You know, and I want to thank everyone from the media, the community leaders. Everyone has really rolled up their sleeves and tried to provide us tips. You know, we have the tip line open. People are serious about this. A lot of people are calling in. They're emailing. Hey, how about this person? Hey, take a look at this. You know, I'm glad that we're all doing the heavy lifting together. And that's what makes Stockton great. As we continue to get more information, we're going to continue to outreach with everyone. You know, I want to thank the men and women in this police department that have not gone home. That's how serious they have been about these cases. I want to thank our law enforcement partners. You know, all of our neighboring agencies have reached out. You know, I spoke again with the sheriff today. He's given us all his resources at our disposal, including technology that they're onboarding. So everyone is in this together. We have our state and federal partners that are doing some heavy lifting with some of our video processing and other evidence that is very time consuming to get through. But
Yeah, I don't know why. I believe. Hopefully, they show the Q&A in here. I believe in the Q&A they asked him about that, like the other videos or
we built an
sightings.
all-star team of dedicated folks that have the skills, knowledge, and ability to bring a capture to this person. Now I want to turn over to Mayor.
Thank you, Chief. As we're gathered here this afternoon to discuss this recent string of homicides that we now know, we've known that they're interconnected, let's not forget the fact that to date, the city of Stockton, we've suffered the loss of 43 total Stocktonians. There's not a word that can be said. There's nothing that we could do that will bring back those lost loved ones. So my deepest and heartfelt condolences to the families of those victims of the senseless act of violence. There's one thing I know about the city of Stockton is that.
And the one guy that was in his car that was shot, it almost makes me think about this other person that came forward and said that he was shot all these times, and we saw the bullet holes and stuff. Him saying that he believes he was targeted by a serial killer. Man, that's possible. You know?
We are resilient. And when we experience and we go through adversity, like the chief said, we come together. We find a way. We've had to do that over these last few years, beginning with COVID and now to where we're at today. So my expectation, and I know that that is not going to change for the city of Stockton. The chief, as mentioned just a moment ago, he's assembled a task force of professionals and experts that I know will not stop until justice is served. But the bottom line is we cannot do this without the help of the community. I want to thank our community partners because this is a public-private nonprofit partnership that's taking place right now in order to bring justice to those families who deserve it right now, who've lost those loved ones. That's the least that we could do for these families, is help bring some sort of justice and closure to these families. And a part of that, a big part of that, is getting this individual or these individuals off the street. And that's what we're committed to here in the city of Stockton. So to the constituents and to the residents of the city of Stockton, you're empowered. You're empowered right now to submit information that you may know that leads to the arrest.
I thought he said 40 something. I saw it in an article. I thought he said 43 or something like that. That had passed. Like, but he's not talking about the serial killer. They're just talking about in Stockton.
Of an individual or individuals that are responsible for these murders. To the small business community that have stepped up and have donated generously to the city of Stockton to aid in these efforts, thank you very much. To our faith-based community that continues to pray every single day, thank you for the sacrifices that you're making. Thank you for holding this city up. We cannot do it without you. And I want to encourage you to continue to do those things, because we know that it takes work to get these things done. And that's what we're committed to in the city of Stockton. That's what the chief and the team, the professionals that this city has with the Stockton Police Department and our outside agencies that are partnering, that's what they do. That's what they do. So community, continue to do what you're doing in this process. And we're going to continue to do what we're going to do in this process. God bless you all, and God bless Stockton. God bless you.
We're going to show the video at this time.
I've seen this video a bunch of times already, but I'm pretty sure it's in the Q&A. Hopefully this has the Q&A. If not, I'll just pull a video that has the Q&A. The last killing, I'll show it to you after this clip passes. Yeah, I think it's just one shooter. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. We'll take a couple of questions if there are any.
Chief, do the characteristics of the victims suggest anything about a motive here?
That's one thing we don't know. We don't know what the motive is. What we do believe is that it's mission oriented, right? This person's on a mission. Just
How many shots? No. I mean, the only thing I know is, let's see where we're at, 12:45. The only thing I know is that this woman that did the interview, she was shot like 10 times. This other person that was shot in Oakland was shot multiple times too. I don't know how many times these other victims were shot. And then we also have this guy that he believes he was targeted by the serial killer. He was shot a whole bunch of times, but he survived. And, I don't know if that's really him or not. So I would think that maybe this person's shooting these victims multiple times, possibly.
It appears to be very fluid and intentional in what that one person or multiple people are doing.
So he's targeting certain people, it seems like?
Well, we don't know what to be, because we've had male, we've had female, we've had different races. So at this time, we don't know exactly what they're targeting. We've had folks that live in homes. We've had folks that don't live in homes. So at this point, we just don't know.
Chief, what are the ballistics that tie in these homicides? Chief, what are the ballistics that you're talking about that tie in these homicides? Can you comment on that?
We're just going to say that we do have ballistic evidence that interconnects these cases, we're not going to go into depth on that because we don't want to affect the investigation.
Hey, Chief, so since the, can you comment on that?
We're just going to say that we do have ballistic evidence that interconnects these cases. We're not going to go into depth on that because we don't want to affect the investigation.
They're just ballistics, what they're saying. Yeah.
Hey, Chief, so since the announcement of the 2 new connected cases, we now see kind of an expanded geographic scope into Oakland. I'm curious if you could speak to whether there are other cities that we believe at this point are being targeted. Are there other cases in Oakland or other surrounding areas?
We're still submitting evidence at this time, which means so far as we've gotten some local hits, but as the evidence continues to be processed and examined, it will alert us if there's a match outside of this county or other places.
How many of them are homeless victims, Chief, so far?
That I don't know.
Chief, how concerned should the public be?
You know, I think it should be the same level of alertness that we message all the time. You know, all the time we say you'll be aware of your surroundings. All the time we say if you're going to be alone at dark, be with someone else. All the time we say try to be in lighted conditions. You know, these are safety measures that we message consistently, and we always will. So my advice would be just follow that. If you do that, it's very unlikely that you will encounter this person or persons.
Chief, can you give details of that task force? Who makes up that task force?
One thing great about the Stockton Police Department is we're part of every federal and state task force in the area. So what happens is they're used to working together on a regular basis. When something of this magnitude comes up, these are folks that already have working relationships that they direct their focus onto this task. I spoke with several chiefs in the county. They're all very supportive. We had a large meeting today with the representatives from all the different departments and the state and the federal level. We handed out tasks, responsibilities. As we said, we're getting hundreds of daily tips that are coming in. So we're leaning on our partner agencies to filter through those leads and see which ones are substantial, as well as other tasks that we're partnering with as well. We're also partnering with different labs too for some of the evidence we have.
Chief, do you have any other
Related to hate crimes?
We have absolutely no information to that, right? To know if an incident was hate incident or hate crime, we would need to know more as to how it unfolded or what communications were made. And we have no witness that has said this person or persons have ever said anything like that or even spoken for that matter.
Is there any other physical evidence that connects these homicides so far?
I thought the greatest evidence we have has been our video evidence and our ballistic evidence.
And by looking and watching this person, the way they're walking, the way they carry themselves, does that tell you anything, maybe perhaps psychologically about this person?
No, I am absolutely not a psychological profiler, but what it does tell me is we've seen this person of interest on more than one of the incidences, so it's absolutely someone we want to talk to and need to talk to. And again, we have not seen this person commit a crime or anyone for that matter, but that's what we're looking into. That's why we need the community's help to help bring that person to us.
So they're not a suspect yet. This person is not a suspect, just a person of interest.
Absolutely, a person of interest. Absolutely.
Person of interest. So, you know, I don't know if it was here, wherever they said it, but yeah, he said that it could either be a witness or somebody that's a serial killer involved or whatever.
You've seen this person in multiple pieces of footage, you say?
We've seen him in different videos.
We've seen him in different videos. So I don't know why, you know, they're only showing this one in particular. Maybe there's a reason, but I knew I heard that. So they're not just basing it because they see this one random guy walking through an alley and they're like, oh, okay, he's involved. They've seen this person, I guess, in multiple videos.
How many?
That I don't know.
All at the same incident?
No.
Different incidences. All right. So you got the ballistics. You got the multiple videos of the same person looking like, dressing like, and also Natasha had said, if I remember correctly in her interview, that this person that's on video looks exactly like the person that shot her. Like the guy's think apparently still wearing the same crap all those years. Oh, not all those years, but a year plus later. When was that she got shot? Natasha got shot April 16, 2021. So over a year later. I think this guy, there's no way, unless he really can't control himself, I don't think there's any way that this dude is going to continue without changing his MO or taking a break.
So different incidents.
Absolutely.
You've seen the same person.
Are the homeless more at risk because of this person?
Well, to be honest, I would say everyone's at risk. You know, everyone.
Since they're outside, they're in the dark.
Exactly, but I've also been in a lot of encampments where they pull together and are together. So it would take a homeless person, I would say any individual, homeless or not, out on their own, sleeping somewhere or sitting in a car a few hours before they go to work. It's probably, it's not the best thing to do at any moment in time. It's always better to have people around you.
Chief, what led you to Oakland? What led this situation to the Oakland victim?
That was with ballistic evidence.
Yeah, the Oakland victim was ballistic. It's all ballistic evidence.
So with the kind of, I mean, the ballistic evidence. Why were you looking in Oakland? Did Oakland contact you? Did you contact Oakland? How did that work?
It's a little bit of background on ballistic evidence. Is it's entered into a statewide database, and so the hit comes up, and then we connect with the agencies that had that hit.
Oh, true.
It prompts the agency to reach out to another agency.
Hey, Chief, with the new kind of time frame that's essentially been established with those two cases, stretching all the way back to April 2021, can we just kind of get a sense of what was going on in that gap? Is it the suspicion that this person kind of went dark, or was this person or people on anyone's radar between that April 2021 and the July 8th of this year?
And it's something I promise you folks is to bring facts. So I have absolutely no answer as to why that pistol went dormant for over 400 days. Absolutely no reason. You know, it could have been more than one person that handled it. We just don't know. That's all.
And that's the thing. That's one of Civil. That's one of the things that he brought up. Maybe the person was handing out the gun to this person, to that person. They just don't know. You know?
A long time for something to be inactive.
Are you think that is more one firearm?
It's getting more bolder. They're getting more bolder with the with the timeline. There was that space, but now they're increasing and getting closer and closer. Do you think they're getting bolder with these murders?
I don't know. I would have to know the mindset of the perpetrator or perpetrators, but I know we are starting to have a little bit of distance from the most recent one, where we've had them happen closer in sequence before.
Chief, 5 of the 7 victims being Mexican, and the lone survivor telling Sue times that she could be mistaken as a Mexican male in the dark. Is it possible that the white victim could have possibly also been mistaken as a Mexican male? That is the plot target?
Oh, absolutely. I absolutely believe if someone appears to be a certain complexion that this person is targeting, that it could almost be any race to fit that complexion, if that's what the shooter's after. Absolutely.
Are you dealing with one firearm in this case, and also the surviving female? Was she it at all, and is she light skinned? And what race do you think that this person of interest is?
To answer your first question, yes, the black female, she was struck. She survived her wounds. She was lighter complected. As far as the complexion race, I just don't know. Again, I'm
all right. So that's it. I don't want to keep it going on and on. And again, for the people that missed it, I think we did it good already. But yeah, apparently Stockton is talking with Chicago about these two here to see if there's anything, you know. But again, yeah, thank you everybody for coming on tonight. Appreciate it. I don't normally do a panel thing, but Silvio got in contact with Jose, and it was super last minute tonight because I found these articles and videos. I'm like, you know what? We have an opportunity to do an update. And I hit up Silvio and then hit up Jose. I'm like, oh, let's do it. So we just ran with it. And then thank you to Marity for coming on. I appreciate it. She's a local. I'm sure she's probably maybe frustrated with the things that are going on over there. And yeah, and also with the Kylie stuff, I do, once I get my hands, I think what I'm going to do is I'd like to do a live stream. So once I get my hands on that, we can do a live stream about it. The whole thing being an accident, I mean, that's what I've been saying for like since day one. So I mean, I guess there's people that are shocked and blown away by that. I guess the people that have been dragging it for like months and stuff. I mean, yeah, that whole situation has just been like the way some people have handled that situation is disgusting. Random innocent people that are targeted. Not only that, these people, they're still targeting the mother. I'm not sure what, like, people are still targeting Kylie's mother and stuff like that. Just a bunch of weird people. I mean, I'm sure even too with the documentation for these people, it's not going to matter. They're not going to believe it. They're going to keep going on with their shit forever and ever and ever. And there's nothing you can do about those people. There's nothing you can do to help those people. I definitely will cover it. So maybe that we can start putting a final chapter to that. And a conclusion to that whole thing. I mean, I don't know if there's going to be more reports that come out, but I mean, people have really been dragging that thing for forever and just accusing a bunch of, and it just on Twitter, on YouTube, on Facebook, in the Facebook groups, a bunch of shitty people, shitty people, and then they want to try to walk it back after. Then they want to try to walk it back after. And I noticed too, some of these shitty YouTubers that were accusing me and they want to walk it back after, right? The way they walk it back is like, oh, well, he just made up the Ronnie calls. Like they can say all this wild shit about me. And then when it comes out and they realize, oh, wow, this kind of sounds a little crazy. Like maybe I need to take it back. But you know what? I think you just made up the call. I've never made up a call. I just answered a phone call. There's no like magnificent story behind that with Ronnie. I answered a phone call. Like I do many times, like I did today. Like we've done, I don't know how many hundreds of times, you know. And then these people are so bitter. Well, why don't they call here? Why don't they call over there? Why don't? Look what happens when people go on these other people's channels. They get trashed. They get accused. Look at Megan. Look at what they're doing to Megan now. These people are trash. Okay, I mean I don't know what other way to say it. So I mean, and so yeah. It's you know, I don't know, it's a damn shame. But yeah, definitely when we get it, the report stuff, we'll do a live stream. I'm thinking I want to do it so we have enough time to do calls too. We can take in calls and people can just talk about it. The paperwork. And yeah. Yeah. I mean, even these I realize too, a lot of people don't think for themselves. And so people, just because somebody has a following, they tell you, people just believe it. They don't check anything. They just believe what somebody says. And so people, even well-established organizations, implying something and going on a world press tour on every freaking channel, implying one thing, you know, and so people are like, oh, well, they said it, so it's true. You know, well, it's not. Surprise, right? It's not. So yeah, that's it. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. I love you. Have a good night. I will be on alert. I haven't heard anything else. The chase, not the chase, the horse thing. Apparently, I don't know. Well, this is over. LAPD airship lost a man with a gun on a horse. How do you lose a guy on a horse with a gun? 6 minutes ago. Well, this is over. LAPD airship lost a man with a gun on a horse. How does that happen? I love you guys too. And all these people too that want to come back, yo, don't even come back. Somebody keep emailing me, oh, iCkEdMeL, I want to be on, I think I'm blogger. I don't know, the hundreds of people or whatever that got blocked. Good riddance, yo. Just I don't want people like that around me, yo. Go to the other channels and stuff. Adios. Vaya con Dios. You people like that around. Why would you want anybody like that around you anyway? Thanks, Kim. How did those get on a horse? Huh? That would have been gangster though. A horse chase? Damn. Oh, I need to do that. Yeah. I think I covered that once or twice, but yeah, it's been long overdue. And I think that guy unalived himself, as they say, the perpetrator. Blow us a kiss. I don't know. I feel like that might be kind of weird. Is it? Could I do it and not look? Can I do a manly? What's a manly kiss? Like I don't want to smile when I'm doing it. It's kind of like maybe like a little smile, like. All right, bye. It's kind of weird. I don't know. All right, bye. Peace. Love you guys. Bye. Canceled.